What is up, everyone? It's David. Welcome back to Gem Mint MTG. Today is mail day. I have so much mail that has been piling up over the last month or two since I've done one of these. So I'm finally going to get through this stuff and show you all what I've been buying. I've got raw cards here, graded cards here, reserved lists, stuff for decks, all kinds of stuff. So without any further ado, let's get into this mail. Okay, I'm not going to go in any kind of order or anything. I am just going to start pulling packages out of here. And let's go ahead and get started here. What do we have? Extended Art Foil Profane Tutor with some bonus cards. Thanks for the bonus cards. This is for Modern, for EDH. I love the card. I feel like it's a little undervalued in the market. You can pick these up, even the Extended Art Foils, for like $5 a pop. So I've got a couple play sets of them actually. So there you go. First card. We got next is something graded. Tape to get through. What do we got? Thawing Glaciers. Nice. Okay, so reserve list 9 quad plus. Thawing Glaciers. I love alliances. These cards are really hard to grade. I got this card for about $100 or so, which I felt like was a great deal considering the cost of grading and the fact that it's a 9 quad plus. Really nice card. It's going to add that to my vintage graded collection. That is really nice, actually. Really nice. Got that one on Facebook. Facebook graded group. What do we got next? Antiquities Ivory Tower. Nice. This is for an old school deck and just kind of like my vintage collection. But I play old school 93, 94. And I've got a deck with Ivory Towers. Right now they're like 4th edition Ivory Towers. So I've been slowly replacing them with Antiquities ones. This is my second or third one, so. Cool card. Let's see what we got here. Another graded card. Oh, Baron Master Wizard. Nice. This is a cool one. So this is a reserve list card. This is PSA graded, mint 9. I really like Silver Age reserve list cards. I've said it a million times, but this is the kind of card that I think is just a really undervalued, cool, inexpensive card, easy to get into if you're looking into getting into graded cards. I picked this card up for $56 total. Shipped to me, the order including tax was $59. $59 for a PSA 9 Urza Saga reserve list Baron Master Wizard. Absolutely awesome. I really like stuff like this. I think it's a great way to get into graded collecting, cards like this. Really low risk, high ceiling. I see cards like this doing really well. This card, if you don't know, this card combos with Dockside Extortionist in EDH. So you can activate Baron Master Wizard's ability, sacrifice one of the treasures that you made with Dockside Extortionist to return the Dockside Extortionist to your hand, and basically create infinite colored mana with treasure tokens with Dockside. So just a awesome card. Really unique ability. Love stuff like that. Okay, let's keep it going. I got some Card Kingdom stuff here. Oh, a graded card. I bought a graded card off Card Kingdom. Cool. Let me see here. See how much I paid for this. Okay. So, cover up my address here. $99.99 for a CGC graded 9.5 second chance. Nice. So I've got a few of these. I have a BGS 9.5 and a 9, and now I have a CGC 9. So at $100, a reserve list 9.5 I feel like is a great deal. I think CGC cards are undervalued. I think their grading is really good. And overall, I'm just becoming more of a fan of CGC graded cards. And so I saw this. I felt like it was a great price and a good fit for my collection. And yeah, so there you go. There's another Silver Age reserve list card. Card Kingdom, you can find some stuff on there. It's, you know, you gotta look around, but I found a lot of good deals on Card Kingdom. Let's see what we got here. Another Zeroland. I know I said I wasn't gonna buy any more of these, but I just couldn't help myself. This was an eBay auction. I got this, ended up getting this mint condition, and it truly is near mint. Zeroland of the Claw for 18 bucks. I just couldn't say no. So I love this card. I'm not gonna say everything I've already said about it again, but unique stuff like this, I think, is super undervalued. These, you know, these two creatures from the Silver Age, I think, are just a great representation of the kind of stuff that's in those Urza Saga through Urza Saga, Mirage, Visions, Weatherlight. It's just so much great stuff in there. Let's see what we got here. This is just a single. All the tape. Love that. Okay, Oath of Ghouls. Really nice copy of Oath of Ghouls from Exodus. Another reserve list card. I picked this up for like $5. Again, it's like, what is the risk here? I think these cards are just, I think there's going to be a time and a place where cards are like this aren't $5 anymore. It's a tough time now, but I think the future is going to be good for stuff like that. So I just slowly add to my position of those kinds of cards whenever I see a good deal, like I did on the Zeroland and the Oath of Ghouls. What do we got here? Oh, look at that. Original Ice Age copy of Addercar Wastes. I don't know how you pronounce it. I used to call it Adarkar, but then I started calling it Addercar. I don't know. But I play a lot of pre-modern, which is one of my new favorite formats. Pre-modern is absolutely awesome. If you haven't checked out the format, I highly recommend you do. But this will complete my play sets of original Ice Age Addercar Wastes. These Ice Age lands are just so cool. And, you know, they're starting to get a little more expensive, even though they got reprinted recently in whatever that was. I don't even remember. One of the newer sets, they reprinted this, but the artwork is, in my opinion, inferior to the original one. I honestly don't like the new artwork that much, so finishing a playset of these original ones, absolutely beautiful. There's nothing like a deck that has a really nice land cycle. So I always try to get nice lands for my decks that I play with. Okay, let's see what else we got here. So this is more stuff off of Card Kingdom. Let's take a look. Oh boy, Timmy alert, Timmy alert. CGC 9.5 Autumn Willow. 9 on the centering and 9.5 for all the other subgrades. So like I mentioned with the second chance, I think CGC cards are great. I'm starting to get more warmed up to them. I'm not a fan of the label, but I feel like their grading is good. And like I said, I've tried to find grade-worthy Homelands cards. It's actually very difficult. So getting a 9.5 Autumn Willow, I think I paid like $60 for this. It really wasn't much at all. And I really like the card. I like the set Homelands. There's not a ton of like financial value. I don't expect this card to spike anytime recently, if at all. I just like the card. I wanted to have it in a high grade. Just like this one. So if you saw my video where I talked about Willow Priestess, I have bought over 100 copies of this card trying to find one that's grade worthy, and they're really hard to come by. So I saw this one up for sale. Again, I think this was like 50 bucks or so. Not a lot, not too much to spend for what, in my opinion, is an underrated, undervalued reserve list card that's extremely hard to grade. So now I have one that's graded. So I think it goes well with the Autumn Willow. It's just kind of one of my pet cards, Willow Priestess. I just think it's got a cool, unique ability. Being able to put any fairy from your hand into play, I think, is very strong. And I feel like if Wizards, ever goes deeper with fairies. They already reprinted a Simic fairy in the last set, but I think there's going to come a time when they do like a Simic or Sultai fairy that truly is focused on fairy tribal. Most of the other ones have other synergies, and the fairies are not really part of the deck building process. But I think that if and when Wizards does focus on fairy tribal with a Sultai or Simic commander, a card like this is going to absolutely rocket up in price. So I like having a good position in a card like that. Okay, let's move on. We've got another graded card. Oh baby. Look at that. Look at that. I remember there was a bunch of Urza's block rares getting auctioned off in 9.5 condition. I bid on a whole bunch of them. That was a crazy day if anyone else was doing those auctions. This was a while ago. Now that I think about it, this was at least probably a month or two ago, but I just haven't got to the mail. But yeah, 9.5 Hermit Druid. It's not a reserve list card, but this, I used to build so many decks with Hermit Druid. It's such a unique, powerful card that it's just, even though it's not reserve list, it's super, super iconic to me. And I really, really like this card. I built so many decks around it, and just having one in 9.5 condition, I think is just an awesome addition to the collection. Okay, let's keep it going here. Got some more raw cards. What do we got? Oh, okay. Apocalypse Llanowar Wastes, 4 copies. Just like Addercar Wastes, I'm trying to finish out my pre-modern deck, my land collection for my pre-modern decks. So this is the original printing of Llanowar Wastes, and I have 4 copies. So now any pre-modern black-green deck that I want to build, I'll have these nice Llanowar Wastes to put in that deck. So really cool there. Got some nice lands here. Let's see what we got here. We've got... I got another one of these. I forget who the seller was on these, but they always send their graded cards in these nice, like, cranberry kind of suede bags. They're pretty nice. Let's see what we got here. Foil Temporal Adept from Urza's Destiny with 10 centering. 9 quad ++ Temporal Adept. I remember this card. This was also an auction. And I remember, I think this card I got for about $40, $45 or so. It was less than 50. And for a foil Urza's Destiny rare in 9 quad ++ condition, I just think is fantastic. Look at this. The foiling on these is just, it's so beautiful. That even though it's not a reserve list card, this isn't a reserve list card, just the foiling, the set, I absolutely love it. This is awesome. This was a great buy. So you can see cards like this, I think, are also a great way to get into graded collecting. There's a lot of people who really like old school foils, and you can find a lot of old school foils that maybe aren't reserve lists, and they're, you know, some of the not as expensive cards, and you can get them in a high grade for not that much money. I mean, you pay, what would you rather have, a collector booster pack, or, you know, a foil Urza's Destiny rare in 9 quad ++ condition? I know what I would say. So we got another one of these cranberry pouches. Another second chance. Love your channel. Oh, whoa, what? Okay. Hi, Nate. I'm sorry, I don't even have the address or who this was from. Everything gets kind of... I just check to make sure stuff is there, and then it all goes into a pile. So, Nate, thanks for watching the channel. Small world that I got your package here, but that's cool, man. Yeah. Shout out, Nate. Thanks for the kind words. And this is a second chance. So here we go again. Yet another copy of Second Chance. I have another one sitting on the wall right there. But I just like the card. I feel like there's there's a few things going on here that I like. It's a reserve list card. It's by, you know, my favorite artist, Mark Teaton. I have a whole Mark Teaton collection, and it's it's a reserve list card by one of my favorite artists in a high grade, and I think this, you know, this was like a probably $60 to $75 purchase. You know, not a whole lot. And to me, I just feel like I will continue to build positions in high grade cards like this because I truly believe in the future. I know that I say it a lot on this channel, but I just kind of want to demonstrate that I put my money where my mouth is. I will show you all the cards that I'm buying, and when I tell you that I'm buying Silver Age reserve list cards in a high grade, just look, this is just a month of purchases. And yeah, I absolutely love this stuff. Let's go. What do we got here? Gosh, 2 more graded cards. Jeez. You're gonna have to make some room here. Oh, more Fling and Windfall. So, as you can see, I am very much a Simic blue-green player. That's just kind of my thing. It always has been. And yeah, Morphling is a reserve list card. Windfall isn't, but it's just a super unique card. This Morphling, I'm kind of curious how much I paid for this. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put these down and check how much I paid for these. Okay, so the Hermit Druid, this was $77 for a 9.5 Hermit Druid. I mean, come on. Let's check this out. Morphling. Morphling was $202. So $202 for the Morphling. Not bad considering the fact that it's a reserve list card in 9.5 condition. And I was actually surprised at how high this one went up. I thought this was going to end lower. I was willing to go probably about 225, 250. But I really wanted the card, and I was actually surprised that it got all the way over $200. When you do the math on that, that's a pretty high multiple for a card like this. This card raw is like 15 to $20. It's really not that expensive, but I think it's a really unique card that got that RK Post artwork, and yeah, the multiple on this I think was like three plus. So I paid a good amount for it, but I think it's an awesome card that was worth it. Let's see. Is that it? I think that might be everything. I believe that's all the packages. Okay. So, there you go. There's my purchases. Let me move some of these raw cards out of the way. The lands that I bought for decks. Profane Tutor, Ivory Tower. Those are cards for decks. Some raw stuff, reserve list stuff. And then look at all these beautiful graded cards. Really nice variety here. Got some stuff that's a little more vintage, like Thawing Glaciers. Nothing too crazy, no ABU stuff, no Arabian Nights cards or anything. You can kind of see what I like. I do buy a lot of vintage and vintage cards, but just lately I just haven't been buying them as much. I've been sticking to more Silver Age stuff just because I feel like there are so many great deals out there to be had. Like the GGS 9.5 Hermit Druid for like $70. Great buy. Thawing Glaciers for $100. You know, the Temporal Adept for $40. You know, just a lot of good stuff here. Nothing out of the ordinary. You know what I like, and here's a good representation of it. So, all right. Well, thanks everybody for joining me for Mail Day. Hope you got a good idea of what I like to buy as a graded collector. If you're not already a subscriber here on Gem Mint MTG, hit that subscribe button because I'm going to be talking about graded cards like this all the time here. All right. Well, thanks everybody again. I'm going to get back to watching the Bears game here. I hope wherever you are in the world of Magic, you're having an awesome weekend. Till next time, have a great one.